So in this next section, we're going to look at something called object groups, which is a keyword that you can use within an access list, which can sometimes simplify your life when using ACLs. So in this particular case, now this is only, actually let's see if this is, let's see if a object group is applicable on standard ACLs. It may be. Nope. So this is a feature that's only available on extended access lists. So in an extended access list, you'll actually see this keyword of object-group show up in several different places. And in this particular case, it's showing up in the high-level protocol field. It will also show up in the source address field, the source port field, the destination address field, and the destination port field. So it shows up in a variety of places. Originally designed for Cisco ASA firewalls. Not going to talk about firewalls here, but if you're familiar with ASA firewalls, if you work on them frequently, you'll notice that the syntax and some of the keywords that are available for you with object groups is a little bit different with ASA firewalls than with routers. So one of the benefits of using object groups is allows for modular changes to an access list. For example, let's say that I had an access list that was composed of 100 lines of ACEs. So access list 101, 100 times, 100 ACEs. And that's all applied to an interface. Now, later on in the future, I decide, oh, okay, well, I need to change 10 of those lines. I need to change the wildcard mask, or I need to change the TCP port number. Well, how am I going to do that? Really, the only way to do it in a safe manner is to, number one, do it at some time when no one's on the network, probably like 4 o'clock in the morning when no one's around. I'll have to schedule a change time at 4 o'clock in the morning when I go in there, temporarily shut down the physical interface, and now go in and modify my 10 lines of my ACEs, and then re-enable the interface again. That's the way to accomplish that. Well, with object groups, it's a lot easier, because I could say, okay, all those things in those 10 lines of those ACEs, those various source and destination addresses and TCP and UDP port numbers, instead of having them actually in the ACE itself, I could have them in something called an object group. I create an object group globally. I'll show you how to do this. And within the global object group, that's where I say, oh, permit this or here's a network, here's a network, here's a TCP port number, here's a UDP port number. I put it all in there. And then in my ACE, I reference that object group. And what's nice is that at any point in time, at any time during the day, even at 12 o'clock in the afternoon when everybody's on the network, I can go into that object group, change it, and it dynamically applies to the ACE. So the moment I make a change to the object group, that change is automatically adjusted on the ACE. I don't have to shut down an interface. I don't have to add and remove an access group to an interface. It automatically takes effect. Now in Cisco routers, there are two different types of object groups. There's the network type and the service type. So the network group, like it says here, is for defining IP address related objects. So, normally within your ACE is where you would define like your source address, which might be a host or a subnet, and then your destination address, which might be a host and a subnet. Well, instead, you could create an object group network and then put it right here in the object group. And then the ACE would refer to that object group. A service group is for defining all the other stuff that you would normally put in your access control entry. So not your addresses, but everything else, your high-level protocol like IP, TCP, UDP, EIGRP, that would all go into your service object group. your TCP UDP protocol numbers like 23 and 443 and web and www, that would all go into your service group.